Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6S diesel. Lovely car this. It's covered just 57,000 miles and it's got a wonderful service history attached to the car. Finished in white, which always looks really good on the CR-Vs. Go around the car for you because it's in absolutely lovely condition. Front of the car, lenses clear, intact, there's no cracks or condensation in them. Bonnet, can't see a stone chip of any note there at all. Near side of the car, pretty much mirror smooth down the panels. Near side front alloy in beautiful condition as well. Near side rear, again very good, just a couple of light marks. There in the back, all very clean and tidy. To the offside, sorry, it's freezing cold, so I'm trying to keep my hands still, not shake. Again, lovely and smooth down the panels there. Yes, offside rear alloy, very nice. Main panel work is lovely, as is the offside front alloy, but for a car that's now 12 years old, it's in absolutely remarkable condition, really. Coming to the back of the car, absolutely enormous boot on the CR-V, and it's been kept in stunning condition because normally they're very heavily used, for, just for their purpose. But that looks like one that's a couple of years old. Let's come into the back now. My camera has a habit of making the seat fabrics look a bit pinky on the middle of the seats. They're not, they're black. I have no idea why it does it, but trust me, they are black, not that sort of strange purpley colour. But the back of the car, again, this is where kids sit and normally heavily used, and it is in beautiful condition. Coming in the front and passenger side, again lovely and clean. Same applies to the front seats, they're black, not purple, but again fantastic condition again. Coming to the front now, door card lovely and clean. Same with the footwell area, full set of original Honda mats in the car. And driver's seat again, black not purple, and in lovely condition given its age and mileage. Inside the car now, engine's running through this section as always, so the dash is illuminated. It just looks like new. It's in fantastic condition in here. Come to the main dash binnacle, 57,745 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lockable nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V. It's a 1.6S diesel. Car is registered, if I can read it, YN63KTL, and with a mileage of 57,737 recorded. The reason we do these videos, and as I always say, especially this bit, the road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we sell, they get to see that very car actually in operation. The reason we've always felt it important is simply because we know just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car, especially if you've travelled any kind of distance, only to get there and find out that it's actually got a fundamental fault that shows up when you drive the car. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this absolutely beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is of course it will then be representative of what you feel if you were to drive the car. So coming to the car, it's been very well maintained, this car, and it feels it because as cliched as it sounds, it literally feels like new to drive. Twist the key, car starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. Worth pointing out, it was -6 last night, so and at first turn of the key, off it went. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge running at a 3rd, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car. The engine is just another brilliant Honda unit. It's got all the trademark qualities you expect from a Honda, so they're very tough and reliable over huge mileages with just good regular maintenance. They're cam chain driven, there's no cam belts to worry about on them. But more than that, in some ways, it's just actually how they drive. It's just a lovely unit. It's very quiet and smooth, unlike a lot of other turbo diesels, which can have a very narrow power band. They get lots of power then just die away. This actually has a really broad spread of power, which for day-to-day driving is much more usable. and much more pleasant. Let me just wait here a second. We've got some black ice on the road, because that's just the parking sensors kicking in. Let me just wait here for this chap. In fact, I'm going to go a different way, so apologise, I'm just thinking randomly, it's off my head. I can go this way. Yeah, I mean, the unit itself, it's so flexible. You can be in higher gears, you don't have to up and down the gearbox the whole time. But a lovely unit, and obviously, very economical. Engine then goes through into the clutch and gearbox of the car. Clutch of the car, absolutely perfect. Bike point exactly where it's meant to be. Lovely and smooth, and the pedal travel as well. And then you come on to an absolutely superb gearbox, another one that Honda always do brilliant gearboxes. This is no different. It's 6-speed. First thing you notice when you get in the car is the positioning of the gear lever, because it's just, your hand falls absolutely naturally to it. The angle of change is perfection. You're not reaching down for the gear lever, sort of dislocating your shoulder to get it into gear. The shifts for this type of car are much more akin to sort of another manufacturer's, sporty car. They're very short in throw, they're precise, they're snappy, they've got a mechanical feel to them. It's a really lovely gearbox to use, I have to say. Just get out of here a second, make sure I don't plough into anybody. That's my little trick for getting past tractors, hedge cutting. And the gear change itself, by the way, feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. There's kind of zero wear in it. Then we move on to the steering and chassis, which has always been the ace for the CR-V. They just drive so nicely. And forget what a lot of motoring press say about this type of car, not just the Hondas. They're not very exciting, they're not very sporty. No, they're not. They are nice and simple, they're not sporty. What they are is brilliant for what they're designed to do, and as brilliant as the S2000 or Type R Civic is in their own way, because this is ultimately a family car, so its design is to get you from A to B in your family as smoothly and as comfortably and as safely as possible, and it does a simply brilliant job at that. It is very comfortable indeed. Where it differs from other manufacturers who can give you the same kind of comfortable ride is it still manages to give you really, really good body control through the corners, and that's not to be confused with being sporty. It just means when you go through a corner like this, it's just really poised. It doesn't move. It's lots of body motion going on, because the problem is, to get a smooth, comfortable ride, quite often manufacturers have to go for a very soft setup, but that means when you go through corners and tight corners, they lollop about. The CR-V is brilliant. It flows through corners beautifully well. Worth pointing out, by the way, there's absolutely no clunks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle. It's tight as a drum. Steering of the car tracks dead straight. There's no vibration either at this speed or any speed actually up to the legal limit. I just give the brakes a little bit of a jab. Given it's icy, I'm not going to go too mad on them, but they're excellent on the car. There's no kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, which is a sign of disc wear, but there's nothing at all there. And then we come to the interior of the car. What a video can never get across, of course, is just how well built a car is. On very cold mornings, plastics can be hard and creaky, and that's pretty much the hardest time for cars, and yet there's not a sound from in here. They are beautifully put together. Also, when you get in the car, everyone that drives them says the same thing. They initially think, oh, it's quite a big car, which actually isn't that big. But when you get in the car, you don't feel intimidated, because you've got really good visibility all round. These huge wing mirrors, which help you with kind of lane change and manoeuvring around, reversing. And also a very low dash line there as well, which means I can actually see the bonnet, which is rare in this day and age. It just gives you that sense of control over the car. The dash layout is absolute simplicity itself, which I love about it. Just get in and drive the car. You don't have to be flanneling around, going through manuals, going into screens just to change radios or ventilation systems. It's just there's a radio there, ventilation system there, all working perfectly. So radio, Doddle, down below that, dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you really want to. That also does pump out very cold air. We tried that in a nice warm workshop last night. As always, if you twist anything or press any buttons, you get that lovely high quality feel from all the controls. And then your dash binnacle in front here, lovely crisp white on black dials, beautifully detailed, very simple to take the information in and read. It's just a really, really pleasant car, I have to say. The whole point of the video, of course, is to show it operating. I can't fault it in any way.